I think it's really helpful to distinguish what kind of claim someone is making. If it's a truth claim, wait a minute, what level of truth are we discussing? And in the book, I kind of have this series of concentric circles that has helped me to think about that in a given situation. The innermost circle, which is a truth that basically would have to be the way it is in any universe, is mathematics. That, 2 plus 2 is going to be 4. I don't think we can change that just because we don't like the answer. It won't help you on the math test to say, well, that's not true for me. The next circle out, which is where a lot of science tries to land, is in this area of established facts. Here is something that has been scientifically explored. It has been retested by others. It has been confirmed over and over again. The Earth is really not flat. It's round, or it's sort of slightly elliptical. That's a fact. And it's not okay in that situation to say, well, that's not true for me. Sorry, flat earthers. But this is something that we can all kind of hang on to. And it's really important for society not to give up on those once they're established. There's a lot of history facts in there as well. A man really did walk on the moon in 1969. And for people who try to say, well, that was just a fraudulent made-up thing, sorry, you have to have extremely compelling evidence to take a fact in that zone and decide it's not a fact anymore. And we've gotten careless about that. Almost any historical thing is now under question. Did 9/11 really happen? All of those kinds of conspiracies find their way in and are grabbed onto by a lot more people than I would have thought a decade ago would be taken in. Then the next circle out, and maybe this is what the scientists are talking about that you described, is this uncertain area where we have data. It looks like this is probably right, but we're not quite sure yet. We need to do some more work. We haven't elected it yet to move inward to that next circle of established facts, but that's what science is all about. We're going to make hypotheses. We're going to test them. We're going to look at the data. And we're going to compare things with our colleagues, and we're going to get peer review involved. And only when we really reach that magic moment where everybody can see, yes, this really is truth. And then it is truth. It really is. And we shouldn't be shy in saying that. And science did discover truth. That's what science is capable of doing about nature. Then we can be, confident that we've moved that particular finding into a place where we can call it truth. But we got to be careful when things haven't quite made it there. Once in a while, something in that circle of established facts, something comes up and classical mechanics was an established fact and it still works really well in daily experience, but there was quantum. And so we have to have a little asterisk there saying in certain kinds of situations, you probably can't just be confident that Newton's laws are going to work for you. Then the outermost circle is just opinion. Yeah. And we spend a lot of our time arguing about things that are opinions, which is fine. That doesn't threaten the order of things. As long as we're clear that my opinion doesn't mean that you're wrong if you don't agree with it. But whenever we get into one of these truth arguments or a claim is made, stop for a minute and say, wait a minute, which circle are we in? If it's an opinion, fine, we can argue about it. And you don't have to be wrong and I don't have to be wrong. It's an opinion. But if we're in established facts, then let's look at the evidence. And if one of us is making a point that doesn't fit with the evidence, then we may have to give up our position. I might have to say, I don't like that fact, but it's still a fact. Facts don't care how you feel.